So the first thing we need to get to work on is that pulled pork. So I'm gonna make a rub first before I chat that pork. The first thing I need is 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. Now the brown sugar is gonna help caramelize and give a good crust on this pork when we sear it. It's also gonna obviously bring a little bit of sweetness. And since I'm using brown sugar, it also brings a little molassesy note to it. Really, really tasty. Now into there, I'm gonna go in with 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. That's gonna give like a little smokiness, not really heat. It's not like cayenne pepper, just mainly smoky. Now for a little garlic flavor, we're using garlic powder. If you were to use fresh garlic here, it would tend to burn and get a little kind of bitter tasting. Garlic powder won't. It kind of tastes like roasted garlic, really, really nice. Definitely good for a rub. Anybody who's like a barbecuer will tell you, garlic powder is the way to go. All right, now we're gonna go in with 1 teaspoon of cumin. I love cumin. It's, again, smoky, but a little citrusy as well. Super nice. So I'm gonna go in with that. And then we need 1 teaspoon of salt, which sounds like a lot of salt, but it's gonna be fine, don't worry. So 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using kosher salt. If you are using sea salt, feel free to pull back a little because it is saltier. Then I'm gonna go in with pepper. I'm going to tell you I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. I am going to not add that because we would be here for 5 minutes of me grinding this pepper. This is one of those times where I go downstairs and sneak and get my mom's pepper grinder that's electric, and I'm like, oh, great, this is easy. As opposed to giving a little carpal tunnel situation. All right. Give that a bit of a whisk just to combine. It doesn't look like a lot, but this is gonna bring a ton of flavor onto the pork. Now, speaking of the pork, over here I've got 500 grams of pork shoulder or pork butt. I got boneless. You could also get stewing pork if that's all you can find at your grocery store. Weirdly, pork shoulder and pork butt are actually kind of the same zone. You'd think the pork butt would be here, but it's actually up here. But it's a really tough cut because it's moving a lot. So it needs a good long cook and a good long braise. That's why it's great for pulled pork. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that beautiful seasoning, scatter it over top, just to get it all on there. It's gonna look like you have way too much seasoning, but this is gonna go in to flavor the braising liquid as well. So I'm just gonna give this a little bit of a toss just to combine and coat. Perfect. I like doing this on a sheet pan. It makes it really easy, but you could also do this in a bowl just to toss it around. All right, now over here I have got a pot on medium-high heat. She's smoking hot. We want that because we want to build a really good crust. This is searing. We're not looking to actually cook the meat at this point. I'm going in with about, tablespoon of oil. We're going to add that pork quick to bring that temperature of the pot down. Beautiful. And you hear that sound? That is what you're looking for when you are searing. That's going to bring a crust and give you golden brown flavor. Woo, she's getting smoky. Yo, this is how you get like the flavor of a smoker in your house. So this is where you get someone, you hand them a pillow and you tell them to go wave the fire alarm. It's gonna be fine, open the windows. All right, so what you'd wanna do is you'd wanna sear that, I would say for about 2 minutes per side, but I'm feeling like this is nice and hot, and that was perfect. Guys, you could also have your pan smoking hot and sear in about 20 seconds. All right, so I'm gonna give that a flip just to do its thing. Those spices start to get a little caramelized, a little browned. It's gonna be fine though. So I'm gonna go in with the rest of the spices now because there's a lot left on that tray. And I'm gonna go in with 2 cups of chicken broth. We are using chicken broth because I don't know about you, but I've never been able to find pork broth on the market. If you make your own, go for it. All right, that has immediately come up to a simmer, which is great. So I'm gonna pop a lid on now. And I want this to go into my oven. I'm just gonna grab my oven mitts. I've got my oven heated to really, really low. We're going in at 300 degrees. This is gonna take about 3.5 hours to cook up. So it takes a while. Listen though, if you're a slow cooker person, I also included instructions on how to do it in a slow cooker. So that's always a good thing. I'm gonna pop that in. That's gonna really slowly break down the tough fibers, make it really juicy. This one has been going, and then I had it resting for, I would say, about 30 minutes. Even though we've cooked it in a wet method, in that braising method, it still needs to rest and relax to redistribute those juices. It's gonna absorb some of that braising liquid, and you're gonna end up with something that looks like, that. Which is a dream. Very exciting. Now, do not get rid of this braising liquid. That, if you wanted to, you could save some of this pulled pork, make a sandwich, dunk it in that juice. What a thrill, what a delight. You could even add some into like a gravy, that'd be nice, but check this out. Look at how juicy that is. I'm gonna transfer it into a bowl, because I want to pull this pork, and basically pulling pork just means shredding it. There's a lot of gadgets online I've seen. Some of them look like literal bear claws. Some people I know use a stand mixer to pull their pork or shred their pork. I personally just go with 2 forks. So just grab your forks, and it should come apart this easily. Shall we take a gander? Yes, let's give it a go. Oh, yeah. All right, this looks beautiful. You could do this with a spoon. All right. Now, since you went to all the trouble to make this pulled pork and you're gonna make mac and cheese after the break, I am going to add just a half a cup of store-bought barbecue sauce. If you wanna make your own, go for it. I'm going in with this, a little splash of that braising liquid, and we are off to the... Now, mac and cheese, really easy to pull together. Basically, we're gonna make a bechamel, then we're gonna make that into a mornay, and then we're gonna add noodles to it. It's a cheese sauce, it's great. So the first thing we've got is 2 tablespoons of butter in my pan. That's over about medium heat, starting to get a little bit golden, which honestly is a good thing. It's gonna give you a little bit more of a toasty flavor. You don't have to bring it to golden, but it does give that like brown butter flavor, which is a dream. So I'm gonna go into there with a clove of garlic. Now, unlike for the pulled pork where I used garlic powder, I'm going in with fresh garlic here. It's gonna give a little bit of zip. It's gonna kind of cut through the punchiness of this cheese sauce and the kind of fattiness of it. Not a bad thing, especially this time of year, but you know, keeping people on their toes with a little fresh garlic. All right, that's looking great. I'm gonna give that a whisk in. And garlic only needs about 30 seconds at this point. That's gonna just cook off that raw flavor, get it into the butter. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful. Smells great already. Yeah, very good. Now we're gonna turn this butter into a roux. So I've got some flour here, just all-purpose flour. I'm gonna go in with 2 tablespoons. Basically, a roux is equal parts fat and flour. So if you didn't use butter here, you could do oil. You just need 2 tablespoons for your 2 tablespoons of flour. All right, got a little garlic still on my thumb. There you go, we're good to go. Give that a whisk in. And you wanna let that flour cook off for, I'd say about a minute. You're looking for it to get a little golden brown, kind of like this. That's gonna cook off the raw flour flavor, but it's gonna maintain its ability to thicken up the milk. All right, that's the thing. A cream sauce, kind of a misnomer. You use milk, not cream. Very rarely do you put cream in a cream sauce. That's what the roux is for. It's gonna help thicken it up. So for that, we're gonna go in with our milk. I've got 2 cups of milk here. Super easy to remember. 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 cups of milk. I'm just gonna slowly start adding that in. If you want this to be pretty much foolproof, you can add in warmed milk. That's gonna help it emulsify a little bit better and cook together. But if you get lumps, listen, they're gonna cook out, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna put noodles in there, they're gonna be lumps too. Don't worry about it, it's gonna be great. All right, add that in. Then you wanna bring that up to a simmer. Once that comes up to a simmer, you want it to cook for 4 to 5 minutes, just until it thickens. I've got one here doing its thing. Do you see this beautiful creamy sauce? Like, it's thickened up. It's really, really nice. So now this at this point is essentially a, this is a bechamel. Now we're gonna turn it into a mornay and start flavoring it up. So the first thing I'm gonna go in with is a little Dijon mustard. That's gonna bring a pop of flavor, again, help cut through the richness of everything. So I'm gonna go in with about a teaspoon. That was actually a pretty good teaspoon, Mary. I usually lie to you and usually put in a tablespoon, but that was pretty good. Give that a whisk in. If you had grainy mustard, that would also be great here. Now I'm gonna go in with my cheeses. So I am using 2 cups of extra old white cheddar cheese, grated up. You could really use anything. Gruyere would be really nice here, but I thought cheddar and that pork would be beautiful. Ooh, applewood cheddar. That would be delicious. I've also got about half a cup of Parmigiano Reggiano. This just adds a little bit of funkiness into it, a little bit more punch. Gonna be really nice. I'm gonna go in with that cheese, give that a stir to combine, and that's gonna slowly start melting out. This smells absolutely ridiculous. Give that a stir. As it starts to melt, it's gonna start to get a little stringy and cheesy. I've melted a lot of cheeses in pots this weekend. I'm not gonna lie, I made fondue this weekend. It was my first fondue of the season. It was very thrilling, I'm not gonna lie. All right, that's looking beautiful. We're starting to get a little cheesy and stringy. So now we're gonna add in our noodles. So for our noodles, I am using 350 grams of elbow macaroni. I cooked that off in boiling salted water, but I did it for a minute less than the package says. That's because this is gonna continue cooking in the oven. So I'm gonna go in with that macaroni, add that on in. Now I'm gonna season this up a little bit. I'm going in with just salt. If you wanted pepper as well, go for it. Sometimes in a creamy sauce like this, I don't really like seeing the pepper. I don't know, it's a weird thing. You do you though. Give that a stir. And that is looking so good. Honestly, you sit down on the couch with this in your lap, you're thrilled. It's gonna be a dream. The only way to make this better is obviously topping it with that pulled pork. So let's go do that. All right, I have got a casserole dish over here. If you did this in a different pan, a little shallower one, you could just build it in there. But a casserole dish is great because you can actually make this ahead just to get it in. So let's get all of that mac and cheese buttered right into there. This smells so good. Perfect. If you wanted to make this extra cheesy as well, you could add in some layers of cheddar cheese. That would be really nice. But I thought this was already over the top enough with all of that pulled pork. Now, for the pulled pork, you can layer on all of this if you want. You can go in with some of it. I'm probably gonna do all of it because that's how I'm feeling today, right? We got this. So on goes that pulled pork. Again, if you wanted to, you could layer this, make it more like kind of a weird macaroni and cheese pulled pork lasagna. That would be good. Just spread that out. Now, at this point, technically, this is edible. You could eat this right now. It would be beautiful. But I'm gonna pop mine in a 425-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. At this point, though, you could pop this into the fridge, have it prepped in advance, and pop it in the oven. It would need to go into the oven a little bit longer if it was cold from the fridge. But like, listen, the pulled pork gets a little crispy on top. That mac and cheese gets a little stringy and bubbly. Like, look at that. Out of control. Now, for a little bit of green, some sliced green onions. You could do chives. We gotta be, you gotta be a little green, This time of year, a little grinchy, but not, All right, I'm gonna pop this over here. I am so excited about this. I do think I maybe have made too much. I'm gonna have leftovers for days. I really wish I thought about that ahead of time and invited someone over to help me eat this. That would be actually, oh, right on cue. Come on in. Listen, welcome back to the studio.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
It would not be the holiday season if you did not come to the studio.
Once a year.
Oh, like once a year. That's what you get here for?
Yeah, that's it.
Dream. Okay, listen. How about I make you a little bit of a deal?
Okay.
Okay. If you like my pulled pork mac and cheese.
Looks really good.
Would you maybe perform a little song for us later on? Yeah?
Deal.
Okay, let's give this a go.
Okay.
Choose your weapon. Let's give it a go. Okay, let's go on in.
Gotta get the pork.
You gotta get the pork and the mac.
Mac and cheese.
Oh, okay.
I'll perform.
I'll perform, yes! Amazing! Tyler Shaw, it's so good. I am so excited. Again, it wouldn't be the holidays without you performing on this show.
I'm here for it.
Absolutely. So good. I love it. Oh! Tyler, do you hear that? Do you know what that means?
I think so.
I think it means it's time for a very merry
giveaway! This holiday season, you're all getting the Hamilton Beach Programmable Defrost Slow Cooker from Canadian Tire.
Excellent.
Use it to defrost frozen meats and cook to perfection in one appliance, or cook the traditional way with the slow cooker program and manual modes.
I love this. You know what this is very good for, Tyler Shaw?
What?
Mulled wine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
All right, Tyler, what else do we have?
Next, we're helping you stay cozy with a pair of glare-ups slippers.
Oh,
yeah. They're made from 100% natural, no-itch wool, which is important. Available in 3 styles: slip-on, shoe, and boot.
Awesome.
They're lightweight and ultra-packable and an ideal travel companion or gift.
I love this. Honestly, my husband Aaron and I both have these, and we love them. He's never without his glare-ups. We love them. Yes.
Love it.
Always good. Okay, and last but not least, what do we got?
To help you drift off to sleep, you're all getting the Endy Muslin Blanket. It's machine washable, made from 100% cotton that's breathable and durable, super soft and gentle even for sensitive skin.
Nice.
Used as a lightweight comforter or a stylish throw to add warmth to any room.
I love it. It's so cozy. Listen,
Amazing.
To win these great prizes, just head to our Instagram page at The Good Stuff CTV and enter our online contest. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of The Good Stuff.